bobbin dropped a little bit and then just boff. And there is now one in the net. Hello everybody and welcome back to Addicted to Angling. As you can see, I'm back by the lake tonight. I've come down to my local club water. I finished work earlier on, got all my stuff together. I was down here by about 6 o'clock. It's now 7 o'clock. Everything is set up, everything is out. I will go through all that in a little while with you. As you know, I do like to get all my tackle set up and all my spots found before I start filming. There's nobody else down here. Absolutely insane. It's been a lovely day. The northeasterlies are killing the sea fishing in the local area. So, like I said, I thought I'd come down here and I thought there would be more people, but there's not. Bit of a shocker. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I've picked a hell of a swim though. I'm in peg 19 on here. I'll show you it in a little while. But yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. It's nice to be out back by the lake, seeing if I can get a fish. Let's see what happens in tonight's session. Right, so like I say, back down by the club water. It's a beautiful night, it really is. Everything is set up, you know, I'm chilled out, got my rods out, got my rods on the spots. I'll show you the spots now. If you look at this swim, absolutely banging. I've found a lovely spot there, just off them lilies. And the other rod is over the back there. Now, left-hand rod is on a Parker Baits fruit and nut pop-up. That is over by the lilies, like I say, got a stick with that as well. The stick has been absolutely glugged solid in flat spot, Scopex flat spot. It's got in there a mixture of boilies and Parker Baits mini mix pellets. And then I've dipped it in the magic dust to give it a little bit of a boost. And the right hand one, I'm fishing a blowback rig, like I say, over there. That has got on it a Parker Baits 14mm OG fish, bottom bait, standard boilie, and then I've packed the bag full of boilies, mini mix pellets, yet again, soaked it in flat spot and dunked it in the magic dust. I'll go through that in a little while. I'll show you the magic dust, show you what it is. But look at this, eh? Why is there no one else down here? I don't understand it. It is absolutely fantastic. New members have just been taken on as well on this lake, you know. I thought it would have been absolutely ramo, but it's not. Like I say, could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I know fish have been coming out. I think the night bite is the one. It normally is on this lake. They do like the Parker Baits. So I've been coming carp fishing here, you know, quite a while, but I sort of slipped away from it a little while ago, back to the sea fishing. But I do love the carp fishing, so thought I'd come down here, get the rods out, see if I can nick a bite or two. There are some stunners in this lake. There's a couple of koi, there's some beautiful ghosties. The commons in here are absolutely insane, as in the fact of they will just smash the bobbin up into the rod and just scream off. Even 8-9 pounders in here will absolutely tear off. And there are also some really gnarly, scaly stunners. So let's have a look. Like I say, peg 19, dropped in, it's in the middle of the basin. Left hand side of me you have a load of weed, so I'm staying away from that. That's being cut soon. I'll take you down there in a little while, show you all down there. But look at this, come on, the big chunky carp. Now if we come down here, I'm going to walk a couple of pegs down and I'm going to show you what I mean by the weed. Now this is an old estate lake. It is full of silt, you know, it is a really silty bottom. My right hand rod, the one I've got the bottom bait on, that is on a fairly long snood, rig body, whatever you want to call it. That's got a size 4 barbless hook, super sharp IB hooks, and it's a long shank. I do like to use long shanks on my blowback rigs. I took it out the other day onto a little lake and it didn't fail me. Every fish was nailed right in the middle of the bottom lip, so I'm going to stick with that on that rig. But I'm just going to show you this. Look at this weed, eh? It's a natural beast of a lake. It really is. You've got your lilies, you've got your overhanging trees. I've seen fish already topping out just behind them lilies over there. This weed will be cleared soon, but as you can see, the tracks in there, they're not from carp. There's a mother goose on it with a load of goslings. which I'm going to stay away from because Asbo geese are not on my to-do list tonight. But look at this, eh? What an absolutely beautiful lake, I tell you. I love this lake, I really do. I mean, everywhere at the minute is spawning. Water parks spawning, clay fields are spawning. You know, this lake, I don't know if it's been spawning or not yet. Normally they spawn in the weed. I was over here last year when they started spawning, packed up and left straight away in the morning. First thing, they were waking me up, boshing about in the weed, making their sweet carpy babies. But like I said, I don't know if it's spawned or not yet in here. No one said anything on the internet about it. No one said anything on the Facebook page about it, which could be because no one's been fishing it. Like I say, it's members only, but you'd have thought it would have been rammed, but hardly anyone comes down here. Like I say, I've come down here and I've got the whole place to myself tonight, which is fantastic. You know, there's a lot of wildlife around here. I love my wildlife when I'm fishing. I've already seen a couple of muntjacks skulking about, running away when I walk near them. But no doubt tonight I'll probably see barn owls, foxes, God knows what else. Badgers, the badgers like to come along here. The badgers will run, and they walk all the way along this bank, and they just stroll past. You'll be sitting in your bivvy and you'll hear like a little grunting noise. Look out your bivvy, and there's a family of black and white badgers running around. Don't want to get anywhere near them. If you do see them, I normally just hold my breath and just wait for them to go past, because I don't want a mummy or daddy badger jumping in the bivvy with me. It's not, there's only one way out, and I probably end up jumping through the back and climbing underneath it if a badger comes in there, but we'll see. But rods are out, baits are on the dance floor. Are we going to catch? Who knows? My carp fishing record on YouTube is not really that great. Not as good as my sea fishing record, but you know, the weather's perfect. It looks good for it. Let's see. All we can do is crack on. Baits in the water is, you know, you're not going to catch about a bait in the water. So the baits are in there, so let's see. Let's see what happens tonight. I'm going to chow down, I'm going to have a little drink. I'm going to get my cooking stuff out. I'm going to cook myself some burgers, forgot my cheese. Schoolboy error. But I've got my ketchup, so it's all good. Let's crack on, let's see what we can get. And le bosh, just like that. Burgers, done. Got another two sitting there, so I'll probably cook them in a little while. We've got two sitting here. Fat boy juicy burgers. Bosh, look at that. So I'm just gonna kick back, chill out, see what happens. I'm gonna eat my dinner. Like I say, it's normally nighttime biting there. Sun's still shining over. It is quite warm. Northeasterly is putting a ripple on the water, but it's kicking right to left. So whether that's pushing the fish into the weed, who knows? I've been down there, I've been watching the weed. Haven't seen much movement in there. I've seen some movement in the lily pads. The lily pads have been shaken. So there is fish about, but we will see. To be honest with you, if I can just nick one bite tonight, just one bite, I'll be bloody happy. You know, I really will. But Le Burger is calling my name. So I'm going to kick back, eat this, and I'll come back to you in a little while and we'll have a little catch up. Well, there I am, chilling out, watching a bit of South Coast Angler on YouTube. Line goes off. As it started going, it then stopped. Bream, of course, but it was nailed in the bottom lip. So I've just rigged back up again. This is my rig. Blowback rig. This is the one I caught the bream on. Parker baits, bottom bait, OG fish, mainline cell topper. And with that, I'm putting a little stick. What I'm doing with the stick is flat spot, which is a oily substance from Parker Baits. It's an oily bait additive, absolutely fantastic. You can't beat it, so I'm just emptying it into the mesh bag all the way around. Give that a right good glugging. Until it starts coming out. And then what we have here is Parker Baits Magic Dust. And all I'm doing, getting the bag, dipping it in the magic dust, And then look at that. Can you see that? All these little bits of bait additives, little food particles. That's the OG Fish Magic dust, by the way. Sticking to the bag, so as that bag breaks down, those particles will break down, cloud around the hook bait, and give it some more added attraction. And all I'm doing with this, hooking this through the bag, like so. And then I will be now about to put that out. So let's see if I can get this on the money-ish over that far side where Bertie Barry, dirty Barry bream come from. Right on the edge of them lilies. Bring it away a bit. Absolutely spot on. That is the money shot. That really is. If that's not a bite, I don't know what is. Sink the line, get the line sunk, and then we are alive and kicking. That couldn't have gone any better on camera if I tried, to be honest with you. I'm the only one on this, so I'm not really gonna annoy anyone if my receiver's still on while I'm doing this. Should have muted it really, but if there was other people on the lake I would have done. And then it's just a case of slightly tightening it up. I do like to fish slightly tight lines in here. Bosh! Look at that. We are away and fishing again. Now that cast could not have gone any better. That is a money shot. Let's see if it tears off with a carp next and not a bream. Right, the camera itself isn't showing how dark it's getting, but it is now coming into twilight. Roughly around about 9 o'clock-ish, maybe a little bit later. And apart from that bream, not had any more action on the rods. But it's looking good. I mean, look at this lake. Look at that. I'm the only one on here still. Got the whole place to myself for the night. Absolutely fantastic. Like I said, I've not seen any wildlife or anything yet. Probably come out later a little bit when it gets dark, but the rods are there and ready. Baits are both on the spot. Really confident with the way those baits are. The way, you know, the positions they're in, the rigs I'm using. Ultimate confidence tonight on how I'm fishing and where I'm fishing. So let's just see if I can nick one, you know. It's looking good, you know. Can't do anything more than what I'm doing. It's yeah, it's one of them things. See if we can get a fish, you know. Like I say, it's fishing. Sometimes you catch, sometimes you don't. My carp fishing is nowhere near as productive as my sea fishing, as you may well have seen. But it's getting there. I want to get back on the water park, somewhere like that at some point. I've got a voucher sitting at home for 24 hours, so I might book a 48-hour on the big lake soon, because there is some big fish coming out there, some lovely loads of 30s. But at the minute, I'm here on the club lake, and the mosquitoes are out. I've just been sitting there on the phone, and in the air, bloody things. But yeah, let's crack on. I'm going to probably come back to you in a little while later when it is fully dark, but I'm going to kick back, sit back, relax, catch up on some YouTube videos, and let's just see what happens. Right, well, it's now getting on for 10 o'clock at night, I believe it is. Darkness is upon us. There's fish boshing all over the place. I'm sitting here and I can just hear splash, 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 splash. All roughly in the area I'm fishing. So who knows? Who knows what is going to happen tonight? If you see me come back on camera and it's daylight, obviously I have not caught anything. Cool story. I just went for a walk and then he got slapped in the head by a bat. Its wing literally brushed my forehead as it swerved around me. So that was a bit of an experience. Never had that happen before. But yeah, it is, like I say, getting on for night time. Rods are out, everything's looking good, as in where the bait is, the bait I've got on, the rigs, etc, etc. So let's see what happens. If the next scene you see is me in the morning looking all bleary-eyed, I've not had a run. But if the next scene you see is me like this with the light on, bosh, it means I've got one in the net. Let's crack on, see what happens. I'm going to kick back, watch some more YouTube, and then I'll probably get my head down. So I'll see you in a little while. Oh, well, good morning. If I look bleary-eyed, that's because I am bleary-eyed. Literally woke up about 20 minutes ago. I woke up to a sound of a fish boshing over my right-hand rod. Opened my eyes, rolled over, looked out. As I looked out and looked over, bobbin dropped a little bit and then just boff. And there is now one in the net. It's a mirror, not the biggest, but I've already put the rod back out, reset it. On the right hand rod, the one which I said was the money shot, I've put that one back out, more or less in the same position. Probably, you know, if there's any more fish about, they'll be feeding over there. Left hand rod hasn't even done a beep all night. So, don't know what's going on with that. No bubbles or anything over there either, but that right hand rod, bosh, right, let's get her out. Let's have a look. I'll put her back. She's not the biggest, but a fish is a fish at the end of the day. So here she is. Not the biggest at all, but an absolutely beautiful welcome wake-up call on a Saturday morning at 5 o'clock. Whether this was the fish or not that boshed out, I do not know. I will never know. But she is fantastic. Look at her. Beautiful fish. So looker. No damage on it really at all. Well, no damage at all really. It's looking for the tail fins. Absolutely stunning fish, eh? Look at that. What an absolute beauty of a fish. Right, let's get her back. Another kiss, and like I say, rod's back on the dance floor. Maybe, just maybe, pull another one out. Well, what can I say, eh? At least I've had one. Yes, everyone goes out fishing hoping to bag up on fish, but one bite for me from this lake, you know, that's a doer for me. That is a doer. Still got a little while left as well. You know, it looks absolutely spot on for a bite this morning. It really does. See if I can get another one out. Left hand rod I'm just going to leave because I'm confident in the way that's sitting, to be honest with you. That's just going to stay where I cast it, because if there's a fish about, it will find it. But yeah, look at this. Like an absolute mill pond. It is perfect for a bite. Don't know if you can see that on the end of my rod. Load of bubbles coming up just down there. Bubbles coming up over there, which is near where my bait is. They're bubbling, they're feeding, they're literally now starting to feed. Little pinprick fizzes coming up. The fish are on the feed. I'm not going to walk out any further to show you because I'll be on the old wooden standing, and I don't really want to send any vibrations through the water down there. But yeah, they're feeding, they're bubbling, they're active. That's all we can ask for, it really is. Right, I'm gonna have a drink, get myself sorted, and give it another little while before I pack up. Probably pack up about 8:30, 9 o'clock today. I've got stuff to do, so that's a good thing about being on a club water. You can turn up when you want, leave when you want, and you've got no worries about wasting money for a ticket or anything like that. Pay your yearly fee. Everyone on here is absolutely lovely. And it's like a little community. It really is. You get to know everyone on the lake. You get to know what fish are in here. I've still got my target fish in here. I've still got the ghosties, still got the kois, but I will get one at some point. I will. There's no two ways about it. I'll be coming back down here again soon, I reckon. Like I said, I've got some day ticket with fisheries to fish as well. Obviously, the sea fishing will keep coming out as well. But if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. Give the video a like as well. Leave a comment if you wish. Tell me, what I can improve on. Tell me what you like, what you dislike about a video. It's any feedback is helpful. It really is. But I'm going to leave that there for the second. Go and get myself something to eat, have a drink, and I'll catch you in a little while. I'm going to talk a little bit quieter now because down here, that little bunch of lilies there has been movement, bubbles, and I was sitting there watching the lilies, and the outside edge of the lilies was actually moving around, like pushing to the side as if a fish was going through them. So what I've done is I've brought in my pop-up and I've just literally dropped it there, put a scattering of mini mix Parker Baits pellets over the top and a handful of boilies, but what I've done is I've broke the boilies in my thumb and I've thrown them down there. It's only going to be for the last couple of hours. I see no signs of fish over the far side whatsoever where my bait was. So I've just put that down there to see if I can nick a bite from there, because there's something down there, there's something moving around. Like I say, there's been bubbles. I've seen the top of the surface of the water actually swirling where a fish, I reckon, is on its head, rooting around, and the tail's just causing a vortex on the top, so we'll see. Other bait's still over there. So yeah, not got long at all. See if I can nick another one. Who knows? Who knows? It's a beautiful morning though. It really is. That sun is fantastic. Wind's kicking over the top of me, so I'm not getting much of that northeasterly. A little bit of a chill in the air, don't get me wrong. But it's absolutely lovely here. Come out in the sun. Feel that. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Loads of little fish topping. Should have bought a little rod with me really. Had some little fun on the waggler or something like that, but like I say, it's going to sit it out for a little while longer. See if I can nick a bite. See if I can get another one in the net. Who knows? Who knows? This lake normally, bite time normally stops around about 9 o'clock in the morning here. As weird as it sounds, there's an absolute jacuzzi going on out there at the minute. Right, we'll see. It might be a case in a little while of, if I don't get a bite down there, just start plonking it out onto the bubbles, seeing if I can get something, nick a bite, chase a fish. Anyway, I'll come back to you in a little while. Right, there we have it. That's the end of the session. Thank you very much for watching. 2 bites, 2 fish. Rigs are working. I know it's a cliche thing to say, but 1 carp, 1 bream. Not really counting the bream, so 1 carp. Not a bad little session, to be honest with you. It's not the easiest of lakes at all. First fish I've had out of here in a while. First time I've been carp fishing in a while. Is the whistle wetted again to come carp fishing? Yes, it is. Just been speaking to Tony. We're going to get some more sessions in soon. He's joined another syndicate. He had a 30 out the other day. No more spaces on the syndicate, unfortunately, so I can't get on there. But he's doing well. We'll get him in some more videos soon. But yeah, like I say, that is everything packed away. A little bit of a stroll back to the car now, and then home for a shower and a cup of tea. I could die for a cup of tea. Didn't bring no milk or nothing with me last night. But like I say, thank you very much for watching. If you've got this far, really appreciate it. Give the video a sub if you can. It doesn't cost you anything. It just helps push the channel forward. Give it a like as well. And if you want to comment anything below, just leave me a comment. Get chatting in the comments. And I'll see you soon by the water's edge.